today we're talking about what customers see when they look at your Instagram. Emily, do you have any housekeeping before I just jump in?
No, I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us. We are so excited to help you all grow your businesses. We're here as Cast Iron. I work at Cast Iron on the marketing team. We are a software company building e-commerce tools and just business management tools to help you run your business, your independent food business more efficiently, better, in a nutshell. So, this is all part of it to get people to buy from you. First thing you have to do most of the time is market yourself. Most people do have to do some marketing to get some sales. So Instagram is a huge part of that. So we're really excited to have Laura sharing her knowledge. So that's all I have, Laura.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. And it's been great for me to work with Cast Iron. I think this is our third webinar like this. And
yeah,
each time we just get into even more of a groove, and I absolutely love this topic. So I'm hoping that by the end of it, you will feel a lot more strategic when it comes to your Instagram. It's not something that's intimidating. Anyone can do it. You don't have to do silly videos. You can really use it, again, just as another tool to get customers to your door. Just a brief bit about me. I'm a cookie artist. I'm a cottage food baker. I create custom sugar cookies decorated with royal icing. I sell them out of my home. People come and pick them up at my front door. So I have that side of my business, but I'm also a content creator, which basically just means I've grown a following on social media. It's part of my income stream is, creating content that's monetized on social media. I have 102,000 followers on Instagram, 53,000 followers on Facebook, and 39,000 followers on TikTok. And I have grown that over the past almost 2 years. So I've kind of gone through the flow of understanding the algorithm, and it's constantly changing. So we're constantly having to adapt. But what I'm hoping to show you today is why Instagram, okay? 3 main reasons. Number 1, it's free. Instagram is a completely free platform to advertise your business. You don't have to put ads in the newspaper. You don't have to buy ad space on, any type of magazine or pay for search engine optimization when it comes to Google. Think of, and this is moving on to the second point, think of Instagram as a search engine. It works the same as Google. When you follow the right formula for success on Instagram, particularly when it comes to your profile, business will come to you, okay? So you're going to attract people on Instagram. They're going to be searching for your business, your product, your location, and you're going to make yourself super visible to them. And as a result, get customers directly from the platform. Instagram also gives you a lot of legitimacy as a business. It's something that, if any of you have been in business for any amount of time, I'm sure you have been asked the question, do you have an Instagram? It's usually the first thing that I'm asked. And, people that I meet, they don't know that I have all those numbers that I just, rambled off to you. But that's something that's become part of our vernacular. It's, what's your Instagram handle? I'll look you up. I'll follow you. It's become much more common to say, what's your Instagram rather than what's your website. And for us, particularly those of us that are utilizing Cast Iron, that has become such a benefit because Instagram has become the funnel to which we send people to our website and convert people to customers. So again, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to take a look at Instagram, the platform, and how you should be representing yourself and your business on the platform. So I'm going to take you through, this is my Instagram profile as an example. The first thing our eye goes to when we go to a new Instagram account is their photo. We're just visual people. It's, you know, what we go to first. If we're not looking at their videos or their pictures, we're looking at their picture. So when it comes to your photo, there's 3 things I want you to consider: clear, close, and clean. I want the photo to be very, very clear, no blurry, no like stuff in the background. I want it to be close. I personally feel that it should be a photo of yourself. If you are an individual that, like for me, for instance, when someone comes to me for cookies, they're getting me, right? Like I'm the baker, I'm the decorator, I'm the photographer, I'm the customer service rep. So when it comes to my business, it is about me. Now, as you can tell from my picture, I have a cookie next to my face, and that represents my brand. But people really like to connect with a person, and also seeing a person's face makes us feel like connected to them in some way. So I would encourage you, I don't think it's 100% necessary to have a picture of yourself, but I do think it is helpful, and I do think that it will draw in more people, because then people will realize you're an individual and you're not like a company. Close, I want it to be close up, and clean, just meaning I don't want a bunch of distractions in the photo. I don't want a bunch of busyness. Okay, your username. So your username is at the very, very top where it says Butterfly Bakes ATL. That's my username. That's how people find me. You want your username to be readable and relevant to you. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And if I find any usernames that I feel like are possibly problematic, we can go into that, but you want your username to be readable and relevant. Your name. I think this is probably one of the most important parts that a lot of people are missing out on. Your name is searchable within Instagram. So again, when we're thinking about how we want people to find you, you want to use searchable keywords in your name. So your name is the line that is bold right under your photo. For me, I wrote my first name, what I do. I'm a cookie artist. And again, for me, that encapsulates both the fact that I make custom cookies as a business and I create cookie content. So for me, that's what I call myself, cookie artist. And I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's relevant because I sell out of my home and I service my local area. So if I didn't have Atlanta, Georgia on there and I just had Laura Cookie Artist, the Atlanta portion of my searchability would not be based on my location. So people would be able to find me if they're looking for cookie artists, but they would not be able to find me if they're looking for Atlanta cookies or cookies in Atlanta. So I hope that makes sense. It's really, really important, unless you ship, if you're someone that's able to ship out of state, maybe location isn't as important to you, but for those of us that are cottage food bakers, our location is really important. So for me, I'm in a major metropolitan city, so I put that city's name. If you're, let's say you're in, suburb of a major city, you might want to say Metro Atlanta area or Metro, put in your city area, just an idea. And I also think it's really important to have your name. People want to know who you are. They want to know, again, that you're an individual doing this. This isn't like a team of people. Okay, you're following. This is hard for a lot of people. You should only be following people that are in your niche. So for instance, for me, I only follow people. Again, this is my professional account. I also have a personal account, but I only follow people from this account that are bakers, content creators, cake artists, things like that, people that are in my niche. So friends and family should not be. I know this is really hard. I'll caveat by that. I'll give you one, okay? If it's your sister or your husband or your wife or whatever, and you're just like, I have to follow my husband, I'll give you one. But this is not the place to follow your friends and family. You want to, as much as possible, keep that following number as low as possible. And that's just, don't blame me, blame the algorithm. Bio. So your bio should be what you do and why they should follow you. It seems counterintuitive, but you really have to tell people why to follow you. So for me, I started my bio by saying cookies are my canvas. Watch me decorate, right? Because if I just said cookies are my canvas, okay, good for you. But I'm asking the viewer to watch me. And in order to watch me, they should follow me. That's the call to action. Website. You should absolutely have a website if you are a business. I'll say that. Instagram has a field for your website. I personally like to use Linktree because I have several different websites that I want to bring people to. One of them being Cast Iron. I also use Linktree to bring people to like pages of my website. So on my Cast Iron shop, I have custom cookie forms, I have guides, I have tutorials. So I have an individual Linktree for each one of those items. Again, we look at things just visually, and for me, that's what I recommend if you have any sort of resources other than your order form that's on your website. And then there's one more, additional. So again, we're not going to get super into the content today. We have a lot of profiles to review, but two things I want you to pay attention to in addition to your profile are your highlights. So highlights are stories that you save into categories, into buckets. I have my logo as my highlight sort of like photo, and that's just for continuity's sake. Some people use Canva for those things. I just put my logo. And then the next thing people are going to see, which is a new feature of Instagram, is your pinned posts. So you can pin up to 3 posts. These can be any posts you like. I tend to choose posts that lead my viewer to a product that I offer, or like just a post that I absolutely love and that represents me. So those are the highlights. Let's get into it. Emily's going to start pulling up the profiles, and I want to give a disclaimer. I'm going to be really honest. I'm not going to be super thorough because we have a lot of people to get through, and I want you to learn from not only what I say about your profile, but I want you to really hear what I say about everyone's profile, because I'll probably start to repeat myself. And yeah, let's do it. Perfect. Okay, so the first one, yay, don't be scared. Okay, so Amanda's Vegan Vibes. Okay, love your name. I actually really like your profile picture. I like the closeness. I like your background. There's no distractions. I love your name. I would add, okay, Amanda's Vegan Vibes. I would add your city, because I see you're in New Jersey, but I would add your city or your location next to Vegan Vibes, providing vegan cakes and treats for all of life's celebrations in New Jersey. I wouldn't say providing, because that almost makes it sound like you're just an in-between. I would come up with a little bit more of a meaningful descriptor for what you do, because I'm assuming you're the one that made all these beautiful cakes and treats. So I would get a little bit more into, yeah, I mean, your stuff is beautiful and your pictures are nice and bright. Oh, I love that picture of you holding the cake with the ice creams. So you might want to consider making that your profile. But do you see what I mean about, I mean, clearly your work is great. I would speak a little bit more to what you do, and also you need a call to action. So you don't just provide cakes, you need to tell them, okay, order here. You know, what I would do is the line right before your website, I would say, you know, custom orders custom order form below and then put like a little arrow. Again, it doesn't have to be complicated, just a few tweaks. And I mean, you have 213 followers. Your following is great. I'm assuming those 48 people are people in your niche. So yeah, I think that's great. Add a couple pinned posts and I think you're good to go. Okay, I think we can go to the
Awesome.
next one.
Great job, Amanda. Thank you for being our first.
Yeah.
You just happened to be first in the alphabet.
Yeah, we sorted by alphabet. So, okay, Jillian. Okay, love that you have your name, a traveling cupcake. That is an adorable name. Consider changing your profile picture. I love that picture of you right there. That's a really sweet picture. You have a cookie dealer t-shirt on, you're holding something. Consider making that your profile picture. Where you have your name, Jillian Mora, I would put cupcake artist or baker or something and your location, and then you need a bio. You don't have a bio, Jillian. You don't have a bio. It's just, we're just gonna assume we know what you're doing. You don't have a website either. Hopefully you have a cast iron website, or if not, you can sign up for one. And we need your location. I don't know if I said that or not. I love your numbers. 141 following, just make sure those are all people in your niche, and add some pinned posts, need some highlights. Because again, the value of highlights is that people can access information. Think of highlights as a library. You don't have to save every story you have ever put up as a highlight, but start saving some highlights. And I believe you can go back if you're a creator account on Instagram, which all of you should be. I should have said that in the beginning, but do not have a personal account. You need to have a creator account. That gives you business insights and a professional dashboard where you can look up all this information. But I believe if you want to go back, you can go back. Once you're in that creator account, you can go back and save some old stories to your highlights. So just something to consider. Okay, we can go to the next one.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay, bake by, I'm assuming it's Jake or Jacques. Okay. I love your logo, but I would consider having your picture. I just would. Dessert shop. So are you an actual storefront, or are you, and if you're here and I'm asking questions, feel free to answer in the chat. We're gonna, and I do say there is a question, I will get to it. But if your profile is being reviewed and I'm asking questions, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll try to get to it. Let me just answer this question real quick so I don't forget it. Sierra, how do you feel about following local businesses that are not in your niche? I think it depends. Like, for instance, I follow, because I'm a local baker that's, networking and selling within my local area, I do follow some bloggers and food bloggers and people that share this type of work, right? Like supporting small businesses, local artists, things like that. So I'm not saying they all have to be bakers, but if they're related to your niche or networking with them in some way would benefit you, absolutely. I just don't want you following like the latest Bachelor people and celebrities. Like, that's not the purpose of, like, your following number is so precious. I want everyone that you follow to have a purpose and a potential benefit to you and like the algorithm. Okay, so let me go back to Bake by Jake. Okay, Miami, Orlando. I would put that next to your name. Again, are you a storefront or are you a home baker? That would be important to know, because if you're a home baker, your location is people are going to come to you. And if you're a storefront, you might want to consider having your address there or your specific city. Trendy bakes and more. I'll be honest, I don't really know what that means. I understand that you have a personal account that you've linked there, but that's not really super relevant. I would love to know more about who you are in this profile rather than me having to go to that other profile for me to see like who you are as a person. So I would consider putting a picture of yourself and describing a little bit more about what you do and what you have to offer. So DM or link in bio. I would take out DM. You don't want to take orders over DM. I know that's really tempting to do, but I mean, you have a website, so you might as well use it, right? It's a lot more professional. I love your highlights. I actually really love your feed. Again, I wish we had time to go more into the content, but it looks great. I would just be a little bit more specific. I know you have a menu there, but you're kind of banking on the fact that someone's going to click on that picture and read that like fairly small print, to be honest. So I would put a little bit more about what you do in the bio and putting a call to action, which you have link in bio, to order link in bio. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you're a fairly new account, so it'll take time for you to build up. And I think those things will really, all of a sudden you'll become searchable. And so you've got the content, like your content's beautiful. So great job with that. Okay, next one. Okay, Allison. Okay, so look at Allison's name. Okay, she's nailed it. Allison Cupcake Baker, Jacksonville, Florida. She's searchable. She's probably going to be the first one that comes up. Cottage baker in Jacksonville, Florida. I know what that means because I'm a cottage baker. So cottage baker just means you have a license to be able to sell out of your home, but not everyone knows what that means. So I would be a little bit more specific there about what you do in particular. If you do cookies, I want you to put cookies. If you do cakes, I want you to put cakes. If you do everything, I want you to try to say it in a way that's concise, but gets the message through that, you know, these are the things that you offer. Again, Jacksonville, I love that. I love your highlights, but I would consider changing your picture. I mean, I'm just going to sound like a broken record, but yeah, and I love your name, Bake It Sweet LLC. That's awesome. Okay, I think we can go to the next one. Yeah, it looks like you do cupcakes. Okay. Okay, Barcode by HW. Barcode. Okay, so you have a trademark on your name. I'm not super familiar with trademarks. I don't know if that's completely necessary to put there. Okay, so you also linked another account. So Emily, can you click on that other account? I just want to see. Okay.
So your personal.
Yep. Well, this looks like someone who, okay, so bartending business.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm just trying to, because again, I haven't looked at these before, you guys. So you're seeing me look at it just like a random person would look at it. I think we need your name in there somewhere. I would love a picture of you with the popcorn, especially if you're a well-known person in your community who started a business. Make it about you, like, you know, Hollywood's House. Okay, I don't want to have to click on that to know it's you. Does that make sense? I really like your bio. I would add your name, I would add a picture, and I would add your location. I know you put South Carolina, but where are you in South Carolina, or do you ship? If you ship, you know, sometimes it's good to say, you know, based in Charlotte, or not Charlotte, Charleston, but shipping, statewide or shipping nationwide. If I'm just a random person looking at this, I'm like, wow, looks great. Looks like the popcorn's great, but how do I get it? Right? So November menu available 11/8. What does that mean? Does that mean you don't have a menu right now? If it's like a cycle of a monthly menu, I would put something like new menu debuting every month or something like that, in addition to the November menu available 11/8, because from this, if I were to see this, I would be like, oh, well, I can't order from her until November 8th. So again, people are just going to take a real quick look. They're not going to, like have all these deep thoughts that I'm having. But yeah, those would be my thoughts about that. Okay, we can go to the next one. Okay. Oh, Christina. Okay, so Christina's local to me. Okay, Christina. So I don't think it's necessary to have LLC. That doesn't really add any value to you. Cottage licensed bakery in Marietta, Georgia. I would put Marietta, Georgia in your profile name. So that should be something that's searchable. Using premium ingredients, email for custom order requests. Okay. So you have an arrow pointing down, but then you don't have an email. So I'm not sure what the disconnect is there, but I would recommend that you look into Cast Iron if you want to set up a website, especially going into the holidays. It's like such a good time to start that. But if not, make sure we put your email there, or a link tree out to like a form or something where you want them to submit orders. I would love a picture of you, Christina. And I love your logo. I would use your logo as your highlight. You have a nice library of highlights. I would use your logo there. It's just going to make your page look a lot cleaner. It's going to not distract the eye, because I mean, I can already see your first 3 posts are so beautiful. And I would pin some of those posts that either got a lot of likes or just ones that you like. I mean, it's your page, so you should have an affinity towards the ones you put at the top. So I think that could be helpful to you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, can I ask a question? What do you think, Laura, about Christina's got a watermark? What do you think about watermarks? Because I see some people use those. I see some people don't use them.
I don't. I have a pretty polarizing opinion. I don't think they're necessary, because if someone steals my picture, like, what am I gonna do? I just have never done it. Call me lazy, but I just haven't really ever found a need to do it. That's just me.
Yeah.
I think it's distracting. So.
Got it.
Oh, okay. Marilee. Okay. Marilee Cooks. Love that. Your name's Marilee. You have a lot of posts. Okay. I would put personal chef next to your name. Chicago. Okay. So Chicago, I would put Marilee personal chef, because, okay. So you're a food blogger. Do you have an actual blog, or is Instagram your blog? If Instagram is your blog, I don't think you need to put food blogger. If you have an actual blog, which a lot of people do, I would put a link to your blog. But I love Let Me Cook For You. I would be a little bit more specific about that. Who do you cook for? Do you cook for couples? Do you cook in homes? Do you cook in your own home and then deliver the food? So I would be a little bit more specific about the services that you provide, giving a call to action to either go to your blog or go to your website to place an order. So that's where you're going to be able to convert customers and convert followers. If your Instagram is your food blog and you're creating content, then you need a call to action that's appropriate for that. So like how I put watch me decorate, you would put, watch me chef, watch me chef, watch me cook, weekly cooking with Marilee, or weekly recipes, or whatever it is, whatever value you're providing, you want to put that in your bio. That way people know, oh, I'm going to follow her because I want a weekly recipe, or I want to follow her because she's going to tell me, what to cook for date night, or whatever it may be. So whatever your, value that you provide, I would put that, and I would take out anything that doesn't have to do with that. I love your picture. I love your glasses. I love I can really get a sense of who you are by your photo. I would just either pick another photo, because there's some stuff in the background that's a little distracting, or I'm gonna just look up, there's an app where you can remove the background. The name is escaping me right now.
I know of a website. I think the URL is just called remove.bg.
Okay.
BG for background. That's one that I use. Or if you have a Canva premium subscription, you can do that there. But that costs like $10 a month.
Well, yeah, and the one I was thinking of is called Photo Room. I think it might work similarly to Canva though, where you have to pay to remove a watermark, but that might work where all of a sudden we're just seeing Marilee, right? And then, yeah, I think that's a good place to start with you, but I love it. You're doing great. Okay, we can go to the next one. Okay, Simply CC Bakes. Okay, I love your name. Sadia, baker, cookier. Great. I would take out the emojis. You don't need them. I would put your location. So London based. I would put London, UK. That way people can find you. Lover of all things cookie, creative cookies for all occasions, professional baker, mom of two, DM for orders. Okay. I think there's too much going on there. I would take out lover of all things cookie. We know you love cookies because your page is about cookies. So I would take that out. Creative cookies for all occasions. I love that. I don't think you need professional baker. London based, we're going to put that in your main line. So maybe DM for orders. I've already said you need a website. If not, send them, put an email in there. I'm speaking from someone who did this for a while. I did DMs for orders, and I thought I was like slick and I like talking to people, and it's not a good way to grow. So, and it's not as professional, and there's some different kind of people out there. So we don't want to expose you to them. But yeah, you're doing great. And I would change your profile picture. I would either change it to a picture of you holding a cookie, or just you in an apron, or a logo or something like that. And if you guys are like, where are we getting all these logos from? Canva is a free, Emily just mentioned the paid premium membership, but you can make a logo like yourself in like 30 minutes. Canva has a lot of great templates for that. So I would either make a logo in Canva, something really simple and readable, or I would do a picture of you with the cookies. Okay, I think we can go to the next one. Okay, Sissy Cooks It Up. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I get it. Okay, Cookies It Up. That is really cute. Okay, I love your logo. Again, I would put a picture of yourself. I'm just going to keep saying it. Okay, Sissy Cooks It Up. I don't think you need to repeat your name. So you've got your username, which is very readable. I don't think you need to repeat it again. Okay, I'm Kyla. People call me Sissy. That's really cute. Crafting Lux custom cookies in Lex, Kentucky. Okay, put Lexington, Kentucky in your name. No DM for orders. You can take that out because people are going to DM you and you can send them the link. That's fine. But you don't need to say you're not accepting DMs for orders. I think that's just like, it can come off as unfriendly. And even though you want to set that boundary, I think it's fair to say, directing people to your website will do that more effectively. So order requested link, now booking December. Great. Put your link tree. Great, great, great. I would try to reduce the amount of people you're following. Just be careful with that though, because I don't know if it's still the same, but Instagram used to slap you on the wrist if you unfollowed too many people in a day. So try to keep it under 100 in a day, but I would try to get that number as close to your number of posts as possible. Honestly, you should get that down like a lot, like try to get it down to like at least like 500 if you can. But yeah, otherwise it's great. You're doing great. Okay, we can go to the next one. Yeah, your cookies look beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like really beautiful. Okay, Spire, Iowa. Okay, the Spire. Pop-up focused on using local ingredients. Okay, and you have a website. Okay, I know you're in Iowa, but Iowa is a big place. So where in Iowa are you? Pop-up, that could be a lot of things. What do you do? What kind of food do you provide? What kind of vibe are you? I would change your, I think your profile picture is fine because I'm sensing that this is a more of a business rather than an individual thing. That's fine. Take the number of following way, way down. I know you're probably doing that follow for follow thing that a lot of us do when we first start, and that's fine, but start to unfollow some of those people. But yeah, I think you need your location. You need, I need some more information. Like if you're a pizzeria, I see pizza, like you need to state that. I don't know what kind of food this is. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, to be honest, even from looking at the feed, I don't really know what this is. Okay, I know it's a pop-up, but is it a pop-up restaurant? Is it a pop-up cafe? What do you feed people? Is it first come, first served? Do you have to make a reservation? Like there's a lot of questions that I still have in my mind that I'm sure if we clicked on your website, which I don't want to click on your website because we have like 30 more to go through, but I'm sure if we clicked on your website, we would learn, right? But when I'm going to your Instagram, I want to know what I'm looking at. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, I'm happy to expand on that, but this is a little bit of a different one and that's a good thing. But I think we need to get a little bit more clear on the content that we're showing people from the get-go. And once you get that going, I mean, pop-ups do depend a lot on social media. And so it's not just getting people to share your stories and all of that. It's once they get to your profile, they need to follow you because they need to know where you're going to pop up to next, right? So I think we can go to the next one. Okay, Sweet Creations by Bree. Okay, love the black and white. It's very clean. Brianna Dietz, licensed, insured home baker. That's great. We don't need to know that you're licensed and insured. Like you can put that on your website, but I think it's a little like, again, people don't really know what that means. It can be a little bit confusing for people. Custom vanilla sugar cookies, great. Pickup only, cannot ship, that's fine. Clifton Forge, Virginia, I would put that in your next to your name, that way it's searchable. And again, if like, I'm embarrassed to say I don't know where that is exactly, Clifton Forge, but if it's, let's say it's like DC metro area and you want to grab that whole area, you might want to put that in your name, but you see where I'm going with it. Like people know that they have to come to you, so they need to know where you're located. So with that said, I do think your bio is a little dry. We don't really know much about who you are. We know you make sugar cookies and your cookies are beautiful. But I want to know who Bree is. Like, I want to know just a little bit about you. Again, it doesn't have to be like your life story, but just a little, little taste of what I'm going to be shown, right? Like, I can see there's beautiful cookies, but why should I follow you? You really want to ask yourself, like, if someone who didn't know me was looking at this, what would make them stay? You have great numbers, 128 posts, 104 following. You're doing great on that. Okay, so I think we can go to the next one. Sweet Faith Bakes. Oh my gosh, this Halloween costume is so funny. Have you guys seen this meme? Okay, like, I mean, yeah. Local cookie lady, that is so funny. Okay, Sweet Faith Bakes. Okay, I'm a North Alabama home baker who specializes in decorated sugar cookies. I work full time but love baking in my free time and do my best to meet your cookie needs. Okay, I love that you have a website. I love your name. I want to know your actual name. So I would put your name first, then your company name, then your location. Like writing out your location like you did is not going to be helpful to you. Instagram is like a machine, right? Like it's not going to understand things unless you write them out or put them in a format that the machine is going to understand. So and I would actually bullet point. Some people like to use emojis, that's fine. Some people like to put little stars or whatever that just separates the bullet points. I try to stay away from writing sentences, like long sentences like you have, because again, our attention span is so short. You need to keep it to the point and again, put in as many keywords as possible. So home baker specializing in decorated sugar cookies. I love that you work full time, but I don't need to know that because this is a business, right? So your presence is as a business. It's not as a person working full time. It's not as a mom. It's not as a caretaker. Those are all wonderful things about you as a person, but they don't need to be on your business page. Baking in your free time. Again, I would just keep that out of it. Like, people will get to know you in a way that makes sense, like in your personal life. But on here, I mean, you've taken the time to have a logo, you have a great name, like you have all the makings of a great Instagram presence. I want you to pull back on some of that just fluff, and I want you to make it very accessible for people. I know we're not talking about content, but can you scroll down just a little bit? Okay, so I love the memes. I love a good meme, but I would do a little bit of cleanup when it comes, just because you have such little content on your page. I would take out some of the memes. Like now that Halloween's over, like I would take out maybe all but one. And it's okay, guys. Like I know when you're first starting, you feel like you have to have a million posts, but you really don't. Like quality over quantity always, right? Whether you have 10 followers or 10,000 followers. I want you to always be looking through your content and updating it, right? Like you want your content to be attractive to people. Like you want it to be something that people want to go back to. And the memes and stuff are fun and relevant, but it's okay to clean it up after the fact. Okay, so I believe in you. I believe, yeah, you can do it. If you have a topic that you would like us to talk about in the next class, whether it's content or how to pin posts or any of that, like let us know. You can send me a DM or write us a little comment or a question, and we will take your feedback into consideration. Okay. Okay, we're making good time. The domestic bakery.
Yeah, it's cut off, I think.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But it's okay. I don't know, and I can look into it and get back to you, but I don't know what it takes to change your username. I don't know if it's like they make you jump through hoops, and I'm someone that's so paranoid about changing my Instagram because I'm afraid it'll just go away if I do anything to it. So, but otherwise, I think your bio looks great. Alice in the domestic bakery. I would add Tampa Bay to next to your domestic bakery. And then that way you can take it out. Honestly, you can take out that whole, well, home-based baker. I would say home-based baker specializing in, custom decorated sugar cookies, which is, I think, is what you're doing. I love your logo. I love your highlight links or pictures. But I would love to see a picture of you, Allison, and what you do. I mean, your feed is beautiful. You have a link tree, which is great. And I would try to, okay, you might think I'm ridiculous, but I would try to take down your following number a little bit. Try to get it under 100 because you're a small account and I think you're just recently started. You're going to be able to follow more and more people as your numbers grow, but just in the beginning, there's something about the algorithm that likes you to have like a ratio, like an even ratio. So your posts and your following should be around the same number. Followers, you just want that to be the biggest number always. But yeah, you're doing great. You really are. Okay. A cook's canvas. Okay. You guys have some great names. I'm telling you. Veronica Lipinsk. Okay, great. Chef, food photographer, and recipe developer for tableware / cookware. Okay. I'm not sure why we're capitalizing tableware / cookware. I know those are the things that you are taking. I think those are the things you're taking photos of. But I think there's maybe we can tweak that a little bit because when you capitalize it like that, it makes it seem like it's a company. Currently cooking in Chicago restaurants, photography, copyright, and then is that another account?
No, I think that's her. She's
okay.
just saying that she owns her photos.
I see. Okay, you own your photos. Okay. Okay. So the questions I would ask, I love your profile picture. The questions I would ask are, I would zoom in a little bit on your, I know you want the drink in there, but I would zoom in just a little bit more on your face. Okay, so you're a chef, food photographer, and recipe developer. That's a lot going on. So we're missing a call to action. We're missing what value you have on Instagram and what you want people to do. I see you have a link there, but what's at the link, right? Like, are your services listed there? Is it a blog? We need a little bit more information directing people to the link. I mean, obviously your photos are beautiful. You want to, whenever you're a creator or an artist or a photographer, you want to lead with that in your profile. With that said, I would come up with some type of logo or cleaner, more succinct highlight reel photos, images. I think you guys get what I'm saying. But yeah, I think it's great, but I think you need to take down your following. So you have 1,300 followers. You need to probably bring that following down like by half. I know you probably follow a lot of restaurants, so that might be challenging, but really just comb through that following and try to get that really like, you can follow the restaurants, you can follow like the people in your business, but like no friends and family, no like celebrities, all that. So you can have a personal account for that stuff. Okay, I think we can go to the next one.
Perfect. Only thing that I would add, just from my perspective, when I see a link that looks like this, I don't know, I'm so like wary of scams and phishing and like
Yeah.
just like I don't know what's behind this link. So if you have like a cookscanvas.com or something like that, that just like makes me feel more secure as like, you know, a potential follower or customer of yours. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, and thank you for that, Emily. Like that's, yeah, that's really important to make people feel safe. And it's not you, it's the unfortunate.
Yeah, it's everyone else.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate world we live in right now with social media, and just, yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to hack into accounts, and yeah, clicking on links is like very scary. Okay, Cookie Shack Yum. That's cute. Cookie Shack. Okay, beautiful sugar cookies decorated for any occasion. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. So we're not getting who you are. We don't know who this is. I would love to know your name. I would love for your profile picture to not be just a picture of a cookie, especially a seasonal cookie, because that's just going to be too much for you to have to keep up with. Yeah, I would love, actually, in the order of like my preference personally, I would love it to be a picture of you, either by yourself or with your product. Then I would, if that's not an option, I would choose a logo because it's professional. And this would be my last option, actually. Not to say your cookies are not beautiful. They're beautiful. You have great styling. But when it comes to your profile, this is like what people are seeing of you. So if I didn't know any better, I would think, oh, she just, made these cookies and that's what she does. I wouldn't know like the full portfolio of what you do. And I know you said for any occasion, but I would get, instead of the thank you for stopping by, because even saying that is like, oh, you're just stopping by, but you're not staying. We want people to stay. We want them to hit follow. We want them to engage with us, right? So in order to do that, we need to tell them how to engage with us, how to, what type of content we present, what type of things we sell. I see you have a website. Emily, I could be wrong, but I'm not familiar with GoDaddy. I would look into, is there a way to clean up that website so it's not so long and it's not so, like I would almost just, if that's the only link you have to send them to, I would almost do a link tree, because people are just so comfortable with Linktree. Like to your point, Emily, like if I saw that website, I'd almost be like, is that a website? Because it doesn't, it just has a lot on there. So I would try to clean that up. I would put your location. I have no idea where you're located. I mean, you could be in Timbuktu. So put your location, put your name. And otherwise, I mean, your cookies look great. So you don't need any help there. I would clean it up. I would put a call to action and put a little bit more information there, because it's a little plain. Okay, Diana, this was the one we were waiting for. Okay, Flutter by Sweets and Treats. Flutter by Sweets and Treats. Okay, Diana, decorated sugar cookies, Seattle Metro. Great. I would say Metro, Seattle, Washington. That's what I would do, because then you've got the Seattle, Washington as a searchable like keyword. Custom decorated sugar cookies, cottage food bakery, you can take that out. Seattle area, you can take that out. No shipping outside Washington, that's fine. Diana at flutterbysweets.com. I would put the email on a separate line So is that how you take orders? I'm just going to go to the chat because Diana was in the chat. Diana, is that how you take orders? Okay. No, I use the website. Okay. So why do you have your email there? I guess I don't need it. Okay. So this is and thank you, Diana, for being this person for us, because it's great that you have an email for your business, but if you don't need people to email you to order, you don't need to have it on your Instagram profile, right? If you want it there, no, just take it out. I mean, if you have a website, I would take out your email and I would right above your website put order custom cookies at link below and put like an arrow down. Because again, we're just making it really, really clear to people how to reach you and the fact that you are taking orders. I would love a picture of you. I would love you to do some highlights. And your numbers look good. Yeah, I mean, I think you're well on your way, Diana. So just keep going. Just make those small little changes. Decorated sugar cookies. I would capitalize that just because it is like a header. So it's just going to look cleaner. But yeah, it looks great. Great job. Oh, this is my friend Sonia. Sonia is local to me in Atlanta. Sonia's cookies, great. I love the picture. I would even zoom in a little bit more. I know it's going to cut off the cookie, but that's okay. Sonia's custom cookies, that's great. I would put Metro Atlanta area because you want to reach Atlanta. So I would put Metro Atlanta, Georgia. I would take out hello. Well, you could put like, hi, my name is Sonia. But I would put that all on the same line. I'm a cookie baker from Georgia. That doesn't really say much about you, Sonia. I would take out the Georgia part because we're going to put Atlanta in your profile name. For orders, DM or email me. You know what I told you, Sonia, you need to get a cast iron shop. So you know how I feel about that. I just texted her the other day. I'm like, you need a cast iron shop. But for now, if it's email, just put email, take out the DM. Like they don't need to DM you. You're busy, right? And you're a professional. So you have an email. I would just say pick up in Lawrenceville, Georgia. That's perfect. And I mean, your cookies are stunning. You're doing a great job there. And I would maybe go through your posts. You have 142 posts. I would try to bring that number down just a hair. Just a hair, if you can. Okay, I think we can go to the next one. Bunts and bows. That is adorable. Okay, so you do bundt cakes. I love the photo, but I don't love it as your profile picture. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I would love to see an overhead shot or just a closer, like a zoomed in shot of the bundt cake, because from what I can tell, and again, I'm looking very carefully at these, I'm not just like glancing, I wouldn't know what that was. If I didn't read your name, I would be like, I see a teapot, I see some flowers. Again, I can tell it's a beautifully composed picture, but for your profile picture, you want to make it really, really clear what you do. And like, if your product is what you want to showcase, I mean, I would love a picture of you holding the cake, but if that's not possible, I would love like either an overhead shot of the cake or like this photo, but zoomed in much, much more. Joy Lee Richardson. I would put your location next to your name and what you do. Newsletter. Again, that link looks a little sus. So I would either make that a link tree. I'm assuming that's like the link to sign up for your newsletter. You don't need to put your Facebook link. Again, why are we getting your email? How do we order from you? Do we order from you via email? Do you have a website? We need a little bit more clarity on what you want us to do. Do you want us to sign up for the newsletter? Why would we sign up for the newsletter? Do you offer, is that how you communicate with your customers? What's in the newsletter, right? You can't just throw things out at people. Like it's a little like just a laundry list. And I want you to, you've done a lot of work on building your business. You have an email, you have a website, you have a newsletter, you have Facebook. I want you to make it a little bit more welcoming. I want you to basically get a link tree, go to linktree.com, sign up for a link tree and put all these links in your link tree. And give us a little bit more personality in your bio. Who are you? What do you do? Why bundt cakes? I mean, who doesn't love a bundt cake? But why should we follow you? Okay. But otherwise, I think it's great. Okay, David Sweettooth, cute. Local cake artist baker from Montgomery County, Maryland. Okay. I would, I'm literally a broken record. I would put your location in your name. I would take out David Sweettooth, which is repetitive. I would just say David, cake artist, Montgomery County, Maryland. Or if there's a larger, again, I'm not familiar with the area in which you live, but if there's a larger reaching, like a searchable Baltimore or whatever it is, I would put that. And then in below, you could put, pickup available in Montgomery County, or wherever you're located. I love your logo. I would definitely use that for your highlights. I want you to get some highlights, some story highlights. But I want to see you, David. I want to see, I mean, it's not every day that you see a male cake artist. Okay, I want to see your handsome face. So, no, I mean, you guys, I'm just saying what everyone is going to be thinking when they pull up these profiles. Like anything that can set you apart and make you different to people, like use that to your benefit. I mean, you do some awesome work. Like what got you into this? Like, what do you specialize in? Do you specialize in birthday cakes or, I mean, buttercream, fondant, like sculpture? Like what's your specialty? What is your, I don't want to have to scroll through your 37 posts. I want you to tell me what you love to do. I would try to take down your followers a little bit, just keep those two, relevant people in your niche, and you're going to blow them away. Okay, I think we can go to the next one.
Perfect. David, one thing I noticed too is that your link is not linked, it's just pasted into your bio. So I can't actually, like nothing happens when I click it. So you definitely want to make sure you add that. There's a URL field when you're editing your profile on Instagram. Just one minor thing that I would call out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Maroc Gourmet Soups. Oh, I love this. I love soup. Okay, Leslie. Okay, you're in Cleveland. Okay, so you saw how long it took me to get there. So you definitely want Cleveland in your name. Are you a home baker or do you have a storefront? Okay, markets. So I think you probably go to farmers markets. So I would, put, okay, this is what I would do. Not knowing your startup kitchen. Okay, awesome. So not knowing a ton of information, Leslie, what I would do is I would, next to your name, put whatever you think describes your business. So we had the pop-up shop earlier, but I understand that you make these soups. I understand that they're premier. But why should I follow you? Again, it kind of all comes back to what is the value that you're bringing and what's the call to action? Am I following you so I can be educated about what I'm eating? Am I following you because you're going to be at the Lincoln Park Farmers Market or, Tremont Farmers Market? You need to say something about, follow me for market updates and the latest flavors. I'm sure, not flavors. Yeah, is it flavors of soup?
Yeah, sure.
Dead. Is that a thing? Yeah, flavors of soup. So
yeah, beef flavors.
Flavors, yeah. I swear, I'm like running on 10% battery. But 18 different varieties. Okay, so enjoying your life one cup at a time. I would change your logo. It's very busy. It needs to be cleaner. I would take out the little taglines that you have. They're cute, but enjoying your life one cup at a time, I would take that out because just keep it cleaner. I would love a picture of you at the farmer's market. Like if that's what you do, if you go to farmers markets and sell your products, like I would love a picture of that, a close up, picture of you with the product, or yeah, like just a little bit more personal, friendly. I love your highlights. I just don't think your logo is doing much for you in terms of what's online. I'm not saying you have to scrap the logo completely. I'm sure you have packaging and all those things, and it might be effective when it comes to like signage and packaging. But in terms of what's on Instagram, it's a different animal. We want it to be clean. We want it to really see. We don't want to have to sit here and, read. So your website looks great. Your content, from what I can tell, looks great. Your numbers look great. You need to post more often. I'm assuming you didn't start yesterday. I think you seem pretty established. So I would post more often. It doesn't have to be super curated. I see you have some professional photography. That looks great, but just post more often. Do something that's feasible for you, even if it's like 2 to 3 times a week. And you're going to have all the people in Cleveland buying soup from you. Okay, we can go to the next one.
I'm going to add my 2 cents really quick. I know we've got a couple more, but just remember that we're on the desktop version of Instagram right now. So 99% of your people who are looking at your account are going to see this on a way smaller scale. Mm-hmm. So if you see over in this corner on the sidebar, you can see the little cast iron logo. That's basically how small your logo and or your profile picture is going to be. So, once you're zoomed down to such a small size, we really can't see this enjoying your life one cup at a time. That's a great tagline, but yeah, put it in your bio instead of in your logo, because I'm not really going to be able to see that on Instagram's tiny size.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, absolutely. And that's why I don't really love logos as the profile picture, because of that reason. It can kind of get lost, and it's not as recognizable as a photo. This is not about like a beauty contest or like making it so like it's about your face. It's not really about that. It's about like showing your personality and connecting with people. So that's I'll get off my soapbox with that one. But
yeah, that's the benefit of buying from us versus like Publix, right? Is that you're buying from a real person who puts their heart and soul into their food. So show your face.
Yeah, and I mean we could probably get deep into the psychology of it, but there is something about knowing what a person looks like. It helps ground us into imagining that we're talking to an actual human being instead of a phone or a digital. We're just in such this digital age. I love being able to connect with people. So anyways, Sweet Bees Bakery. Bella Wood. Okay, I would put your location next to your name. All gluten-free. Okay, that's great. But what's all? Okay, I mean, I can tell from here that you make macarons, you make treats. I see a pumpkin and pickle festival. So you might want to take that off your profile because it has passed, right? So like, I'll give you guys an example. Whenever I do like pre-sales for holidays, I'll do a post and I'll say, okay, here's the options, it's, you know, this and that. But once that's over, I take that off because it's past, right? So we want to keep our feed relevant, especially when it comes to that top section. That's why I love that they added those pinned posts, because that protects that first row is a protected area where, you know, those pin posts live there and we're not having to constantly update it. So gluten-free, fabulous. You really want to get that point across, but gluten-free what? Gluten-free treats, you know, baked items. I mean, macarons are gluten-free in and of themselves, but saying that they're gluten-free is especially important because we're going to be able to capture that audience that, you know, is gluten sensitive. So I would love a picture of you, Bella. I would love more highlights, questions and prices. That's fine. And I would love some type of way to contact you. We don't have any way to contact you. We don't have a website. We don't have a link tree. We don't have a email. I mean, it's again, like Emily pointed out, we're looking at this on a desktop version, so it's not going to give us the same prompts as, do you have a creator account? I want every single person that's listening to this to check their account. Do you have a creator account? Okay. There's a difference between creator and business. Creator allows you to have insights, all the access to music, popular music, all that. If you're a business page, you don't have access to music. So if you're like trying to post a reel and you're like, why don't I have the latest like Post Malone song? It's because you're a business account. So 9 times out of 10, or probably even more, probably like 99 times out of 100, most of you are going to need to have a creator account. Even if you are a business, you can still have a business and be a creator account. So if you have questions on that, just DM me. But we have zero information about you, Bella. We can DM you, but I don't even know, like, can I order food from you? I don't know. So, you know, clean up, we need to do some work here, but I have no doubt that you'll be able to, you know, draw in more customers once you get more information. Kathy's asking, how do we switch to a creator account? I only see business as an option. Okay, so if you go to your account, if you go to your page, oh, I love when people help each other. Sierra says settings account, switch account. Okay. Cookies by, I'm going to butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Kenny? Beautiful. Oh, I love the butterflies. Beautiful picture.
I know she's preaching to the choir with those butterflies.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time concentrating now. They're so beautiful. Your pictures are beautiful. I love your highlights. Just change that giveaway one. But okay, bespoke luxury cookies. I love that. I love luxury. I love bespoke. That's awesome. Just put your location. We don't know where you are. You don't need it again, like you repeated yourself. Handcrafted, bespoke. So handcrafted and bespoke to me mean the same thing. I would just take it out with royal icing. I don't know if you really need that, to be honest. Premium ingredients. I don't know if you really need that. You need a little bit more of a call to action. No, you have one. Sorry. Shop cookies. Oh, I love how you put K with the cookies. That's cute. 2 to 4 weeks in advance. Linktree. Great. I would love to see a picture of you, because what happens when you Kathy, you can DM me. I'll try to help you. Um, the problem with using your logo and the same kind of imagery as of your profile picture and your highlight reel pictures is the eye like doesn't know where to go, right? If I have a picture of you as your main picture, I'm focused on that. That's going to be where I remember you by. So if that's an option, I would try to get it either a picture of you with the cookies, or I'm almost tempted to say, if you can, I hate to ask people to change your logo because I know it's just one of those things that just feels like kind of extra, but I can't see your name in your logo. Like it's so small that I don't know if it's really doing anything for you there. So I would consider changing that. And then did I say add your location? Yeah, add your location and tell us why we should follow you. I know we're here to shop, but are we also here for any kind of entertainment? Are we here for, and this goes for everyone, right? Are we here to watch you create? Are we here to, for holiday sales? Are we here, I think saying something like, local pickup or something like that can be helpful for people, because again, if we have your location and we know that it's local, that gives us a little bit more information. Okay, so thank you so much. Mama tried meal prep. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, so there's a story here, I'm gonna guess. So are you a mom that does meal prep for other people? I would take out that hashtag live well, love well, eat well. If that's a hashtag that you want to use for your posts, that's great, but I wouldn't put it in your bio. That can seem counterintuitive to some because we think of hashtags as like, it's not as relevant anymore. I certainly wouldn't lead with it. Custom meal prep and delivery, tailored to your goals, your health, your lifestyle, and delivered to your door. Take out the we do it better, because that middle sentence is so good. Like that's what we want. I would, instead of doing it as a long sentence, I would do it as bullet points. And you really need to put your area because we don't know where you're located. And like if this was Atlanta, Georgia, I would be on your website immediately because I need meal prep. So yeah, and I would try to take down your posts a little bit. Your numbers are a little bit wonky because you have so many posts. You have 187 followers, which is great, and you're 79 following, which is amazing, but you have so many posts. So just go through, see if you can clean up the posts a little bit. Okay, Mother Hives taking the stay at home out of stay at home mom. Oh my gosh, I have no idea what that means. And I'm a stay at home mom, so I'm probably your customer, right? Order below for local pickup and delivery. Again, I don't know what it is you sell. I mean, I can see pictures. I see a picture of some cakes, some bakery items. I mean, they look beautiful. But I don't know what it is you do, Mother Hive, and I don't know who you are. I would love, I mean, if you're saying you're a stay-at-home mom, I would love to know your name. I would love a picture. I love your logo, but I would have your logo just be your highlight reel, highlight picture. And we need your location if you do pickup. Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. Okay, great job. Queen Sweets Atlanta. Okay, best candied fruit in the city. That's cute. Okay. I would take out in this. Okay, I don't love the name. I'm just going to be honest. I would put. Can you scroll down a little bit? I just want to see the product. Okay, it's candied fruit. This is really unique. This is a really unique product. Okay. I don't think we have time, but I'm really interested in this because this is so unique, right? But I'm not really getting what it is. Like it took me what 60 seconds to really understand what this is, but I think it's really cool. I'm like really excited about it, but I don't really fully understand. Okay, you have a website, pre-order pickups only.
Yeah, when you say I don't love the name, you're referring to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because candied fruit is good. That's searchable. Um, but like words like the best or the greatest, I don't know if those are super helpful. You can maybe keep best candied fruit. Um, but candied fruit is such a unique thing that I don't know if maybe I'm just super out of the loop, but I don't know if a lot of people are searching for that. So I want to give you the most searchable name possible. So I would think about definitely taking out in the city because we're not in the city on here. We're on the internet. So we want Atlanta to be highlighted in the search. I would almost say, are you you're not are you at a home baker or a home cottage food baker? So I have some questions clearly, but I think yeah, I think there's a lot here, and obviously you're doing very well. And you know, if it's working for you, I would continue doing what you're doing, but maybe just put some tweaks in there. Like, what is it that you like? What is candied fruit, right? Because it took me, you know, that amount of time to understand what it was. And I'm in the business, right? Like I'm in the sweets business. So I would make it really clear what this is and why you should get it and what occasions you should get it for, right? Like I would just really toot your own horn on here as much as possible. Um, the TikTok is impressive. I don't normally say, oh, you should like put other platforms names, but that's impressive. Like that would make me want to go to your TikTok. Right. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look at your profile after this. It's very interesting. Thanks for joining. Okay, next one, Song and Sugar Sweets. I would take out the LLC. I don't think you need that. I would put your name Sierra next to. I would put it first actually. Sierra Song and Sugar Sweets, Tucson, Arizona. Okay, cakes, cookies, cupcakes. What does sustainable mean to you? Is your packaging sustainable? Do you grow your own wheat? Like, I want to know what that means because it's very cool. Cottage, okay, you don't need any of that certification or cottage food law registered. No one's going to know what that means. Can you scroll down, Emily? This is your profile picture. That one.
This one.
Yeah, something. I mean, that literally is perfect. You're smiling. You have a cupcake. That's what I mean by a close. I mean, I don't love the background. Maybe use one of those apps to remove that background, but that's great. I love that. I love seeing you with your product. So, yeah. Otherwise, your profile looks great. Let me see your numbers. Yeah, your numbers look fabulous. You have your shop. Yeah, you're rocking it. You're doing great. The Co-Kitchen Canmore. Okay. Shared commercial kitchen space in Canmore, Alberta, available for short or long-term rental by Bow Valley food entrepreneurs. Okay, so you're marketing a food space. So that's very different than what we're talking about, but I think the logo is appropriate. It's a little busy. Yeah, I honestly can't even read it from here. So I would try to clean up your logo, even if it's just specifically for Instagram. Um, I would add your location in your name. And okay, so shared commercial kitchen space. Who are you targeting? Like, I would be really specific about what types of people you want in your space. Are they like bakers? Are they meal prep services? Like, even if it's everyone, just give some examples of who your target customer is and how you're providing a space for them, but maybe you're also providing a community, a community of people. So that could be really valuable. And then I would say something about like contact us at the link below, or submit an application at the link below, something a little bit more actionable than just here's our website. But otherwise, great. Okay, 411 kitchen. Cutting edge, barrier breaking commercial kitchens. Oh, another commercial kitchen. Okay. 411 will empower, elevate, and establish confidence back. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love your mission. Okay. You don't need to link yourself. Just, I would say we will empower, elevate, or we seek to empower, elevate, and establish confidence back in the local food marketplace. I would make these bullet points. And cutting edge and barrier breaking to me is kind of the same thing. So I would choose one. What's cutting edge about you, right? Like you can have all these descriptors, but tell us what you're doing that is cutting edge, or tell us how you're breaking barriers. Are you breaking barriers because you're, inclusive of, whatever, diversity, like diversity inclusion? Like, let us know exactly what it is that your mission is, and how you're doing that. Okay, how are you elevating the local food movement? I love your pictures. I love, like, the content seems very, very good. Are you a person? Wait, those two individuals, or maybe you're just highlighting different people, but yeah, but who are you? Like, who is the organization? Is it a person? Is it a committee of people? If it's a person, I would love to know, like, I don't know. I'm a little torn on this because it is a real business, and we're marketing a space. So
yeah, you could do like a meet the team highlight if you needed a highlight idea.
Yes. Yeah, I'm telling you, really, those highlights are there as your go-to. That's what people, I mean, I even get sometimes, like, I'll get notifications for who's liking my stories, and their stories from like a long time ago, but people are going through my highlights. So again, use your highlights as just a library of information for people. And yeah, I love your mission. I love what you're doing. Just put your location. I mean, location, location, location. If you want people to come to you, you need to put where you are. So hopefully that'll help you.
Awesome. Well, I think we have made it to the end of our list. If you missed anyone, feel free to DM Cast Iron at Cast Iron HQ, or Laura at Butterfly Bakes ATL on Instagram. Always happy to provide feedback. Laura, any closing words? My only closing words would be, if you've gone through this and you're like, oh, I really am missing some key parts of my profile, and one of those things is a website. We've really built Cast Iron to be the easiest, fastest to set up, fastest to use, fastest, easiest for your customers to use website builder, marketing tools, like really business in a box for food business owners. So if that sounds intriguing to you, check us out at www.castiron.me. But that's my plug. Laura, I'll let you close us out.
No doubt. I mean, I said this on like the Bake Fest talk that we did, but I went through 2 holiday seasons without a website. I just took I took orders via DM, like I said before, and learn from my mistake. Do not let another holiday season go by without having a website. It will change your life, not having to take like Venmo or write up invoices. I mean, I've done it all. So just get a cast iron shop, get yourself a cast iron shop. It's free. Pass on your fees to the customer. They just introduced tipping. I got a tip on, I did Halloween do-it-yourself kits, and I probably got like $50 in tips. That's $50 I would not have made before. So I'm sorry to keep you on another few minutes, but we had a couple more questions I just wanted to get to that were in the Q&A box. So Maria asked, will you offer one of these on content? I'd love to get your opinion on that. That is really great to know. I think we would love to do that. Again, there's so much to cover with social media. We didn't want to, I mean, we've been on, a long time already, so we didn't want to be on all night. But Allison asked, how do we get bakery or digital creator under our name? That's a really good question. I didn't go over that, but that's what I would call an optional category. If you are a creator account or a business account, you can assign yourself a category. I don't put too much stock in it, to be honest. I've had various categories on my profile, like artist, digital creator, just for fun, bakery. You could try it out if you want to. It's completely optional, so wouldn't worry about that too much. Okay, and then the last one is Brianna asked question. So I personally did not want to do a personal photo on my business account because I wanted it to stand out differently than my personal account. Would it be okay to pin a photo of myself as an introduction to my page so it's the first post seen? That is a wonderful option. Yes, I would just caveat that with saying, make sure your logo, if you're using it as your photo, make sure it's really clear and recognizable and readable. It has all those points that we talked about in the slides. But thank you guys so much. This was awesome. I am talked out, so I'm going to go not talk for a while.
Yes, great job, Laura.
If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you all have a great night, and look forward to seeing some beautiful Instagram profiles in the future. So thanks so much.